The story of the Gassner Marx Camera Company was way more elusive than I ever expected it to be. But I think I know why. They were only around for 2 years, and I ran by their name after getting lost in some old camera magazines and catalogs.
In the September 1898 issue of the Photographic Dealer, news came through of a new patent issued to Benjamin Marx and Henry Gassner on August 2nd, 1898. On October 29th, the Gassner Marx Camera Company was incorporated with a capital stock of $50,000. The company's directors were James Rothschild, Harry Marx, a family member of Benjamin Marx perhaps, and Andrew J. Rice.
And that's really the only profile I can make about the company. That's all there is. But when a company only lasts for maybe 2 years, you can't expect that many public records on it, especially for 1898. The only camera the company produced was the dayplate camera, which they sold for $10,
and came with plates that could be loaded in daylight.
In fact, the dayplate camera, advertised as a magazine camera,
appeared in the October 8, 1898 issue of the Scientific American. The write-up doesn't really tell us any new information, but for Gassner and Marx, I bet it was a coup de grace for their brand. Keep in mind, 11 years before, in 1888, Eastman debuted his original Kodak in Scientific American. So for them, they probably felt pretty comparable.
But how does the dry plate work? Well, let's read the catalog together.
The plates are mounted in our factory on a strip of black paper and are packed in a pasteboard box with a narrow opening and sealed, with the end of the strip projecting. This box is placed in the camera in this manner. Okay. The strip projecting from the plate box is hooked into the reel in the camera, and the key at the left engaging the reel is turned until the register indicates 1. A plate has thus been drawn from the box and is ready for exposure. So the key, the left side of the winder, advances through the cartridge. It functions like a Polaroid Sun 660, with a cartridge or magazine full of dry plates that are mounted to a strip of black paper. That strip is what you advance through.
Picture a strip of 120 film, but instead of film mounted to the back paper, it's mounted glass plates. It's weird, it's very iffy. I think this is why the camera didn't do so well.
After all the plates have been exposed, they are securely protected from the light by the blank paper on the end of the strip, which, by a few turns of the key, is wound about the reel containing them. This fucking flowery language, I swear to God.
So, like 120 film, you rely on the end of the paper winding around the spool to protect and secure the film inside. But with glass plates, and in a cartridge.
Advertisements seemingly and abruptly ended in 1899, and the last time Gassner and Marx Camera Company appeared was in a June index of photographic trade names in that same year. I have no idea what happened to the company or the people involved with it. In a 1974 lecture, R. Kingslake asserted that the company abruptly ended when the officers left the city, whatever the hell that means. It's ominous to say the least.
If I were to guess, Gassner and Marx only existed to produce and sell the dayplate, and when its short-lived novelty wore off, the company packed up stakes.
But what a camera!
If nothing else, the dayplate could be seen as a forerunner to the same mechanisms instant cameras would use almost 50 years later.
And that is truly incredible for such a small player on the board.